showed up and you didn't have a graduation to go to. Because I was on a chat today and I swear everybody was like, I have a graduation, I have a graduation, I have a graduation. So thank you for showing up to today's team meeting. Cara is not with us, obviously. She is actually in Dallas. She's at our mega team leadership convention that we have in Dallas, Texas. So you have me as your little host today. So welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. So welcome to team meeting. Of course, we always start off with our Y4T2Cs. And so can someone tell me something good that's happened using these items that we have as part of our values that we do at Keller Williams First Atlanta? Anyone like to share? Anyone?
Red Day last week was pretty awesome. I think that encompasses all the good things. Yeah, it was awesome. I know a lot of y'all were there, but we're going to talk about it soon a little bit. But Solidarity Sandy Springs, I was not aware of that as an organization. I was aware, but not what they do. But overall, just such a great organization. And just to have the chance to give back. And then also getting the Mother's Day thing set up, like for the kids to get stuff for their mom. It was just cool. So it was, yeah.
Yes, it was a great time. We did. A Red Day was amazing, and you'll hear more about that, obviously, pretty soon. Okay, so can someone tell us something good that happened this week? Anything? All right, Luke.
So today we have the lovely Anne Louise shadowing us. She's hanging out with Supreme, so definitely say hey to her today.
Yay.
And so that's always fun.
Someone else? I have something good. I went under contract for a $1.1 million property. And yeah, super excited. And communicating with the other agent, I was able to get my client $90,000 off of the list price and then another $10,000 off of closing costs. So it is possible to get lots of money for your clients if you're on the buy side. On the listing side, too bad for you. No. Somebody else? Anything else? Something good? Mother's Day? Did anyone have an amazing Mother's Day? I did. I spent the day with my child. Oh, right there.
I had an amazing Mother's Day because my husband surprised me with tickets to Houston to go see my daughter. So me and my younger daughter went to see my older daughter. That's why I missed Red Day, because I didn't know. So I knew a couple days ahead. But it was wonderful.
Awesome. All right. Well, we did have Red Day. Am I going to have to do that, Michael, or you're going to do it? We did have Red Day. We do have a video. Hopefully I can get back to the slideshow because I'm not super technically challenged. Produced by Steven.
I think the metrics were, Deanna, that we helped deliver 10,000 pounds of food. Is that correct?
Yes, and we're going to talk about that right
great.
after. Yep, and then there's that. Okay, so back to team meeting. Okay, we're going to have the beautiful Shannon come up and chat with us for a second and let us know, get a mic right there, on what happened on Red Day, all of the good statistical information.
So we want to thank everyone who was able to come out and sign up, and I hope that next year, if you didn't, you would consider doing it. It was a wonderful day at Solidarity Food Pantry here in Sandy Springs. Jennifer Barnes, who's the one who says, get to work in the video, she is an agent at Peachtree Road, Keller Williams, but she created this food pantry for the community for underserved families or food insecure families. So we had two shifts, one that started at 8:30 and then one that started at 10:30. And we were able to help shoppers. Over 211 shoppers came through just in those 4 hours that we were there. So people were replenishing food. They were helping put the, they don't want the shoppers to touch the food, so that's what our jobs were. And then they provided a authentic, they have a chef that comes in, someone who cooks for them, and they provided lunch for us, an authentic Mexican lunch. And then a group of us, about 8 of us, went to La Amistad in the afternoon. That is a separate organization, but Solidarity helps them. And it was such a heartwarming, it was a lot of work. Where's Bridget and the gang? Phil's there. But that Solidarity accepts donations. They take it to this facility where kids, underserved family kids, can come and do shopping for Mother's Day. So we helped set it up, and it was a lot of stuff, a lot of donations, but organizing it. And then they came in on Saturday and picked out, they had the personal shoppers that helped the kids pick out things, anywhere from house accessories to clothes, and then they had someone help wrap it. So it was a great. I was hoping to get some statistics on, the La Amistad piece of it. I didn't, but we served 211 families and over 11,000 pounds of food.
That's awesome.
So, it was
Thank
great.
you, thank you. And thank you, Shannon, for setting that up with
Oh,
our
you're welcome.
culture committee. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so some of our classes that are coming up next week, don't forget we have the Step Up with Parker Smith. We also have a class, a Rainmaker class with Cara. So make sure we have this sheet right here for you. So if you're needing any classes, these are some of the classes that are coming up next week. Okay, so we have the match game. Who has a new listing coming up? Does anyone have a new listing coming up that they would like to share with us? Anyone? All right, Debbie. Oh, okay.
If anybody would like to rehab or tear down a house on Chamblee Dunwoody that's like right in the park, you can walk to downtown Dunwoody and all the restaurants and all that, I have one. And just listed
Yeah.
um,
And how much?
5170 Chamblee Dunwoody. They've got it listed at 5. Talk to me and I'll tell you the backstory. There's some room on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's an estate situation, and
Awesome. It's, say the price again. We could
it's
talk to
listed
you,
at
but-
5, but
Okay, awesome.
again, estate situation, so we know how sometimes that goes with the other heirs between us. And then also just listed a house in Pope that it's one of those 70s contemporaries. Have been helping this, moving this guy along to, he was a hoarder. And we have to get it sold by the end of June.
And how much is that one, and how many
That's
bedrooms?
4
is
and
that?
a quarter, and it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, slab, nice big flat backyard,
In Pope High School. That's good.
and it appraised actually for higher than that.
Okay, perfect. All right, Cheryl, did you have one?
I do. I have 2. One is a relist condo, what is it? Plantation at Lenox down in Buckhead. It's a 2-2. It is a rentable unit because it was already being rented. The price is $259.9. It actually expires tomorrow and goes back on the same time. So it's a relist.
Awesome.
Then I have one coming Memorial Day weekend, 6080 Magnolia Ridge in Stone Mountain. That house is about 2,200 square feet, 5 bedrooms. It's going to be $410.
410.
410.
Okay, that's awesome.
And
Okay.
that is lower than the rest of the neighborhood on purpose. So, but it's 410.
I like it. That's good. Okay, anyone else for listings? Anyone else? All right. Does anyone have anything for buyers? Do you have buyer needs? Buyer needs? Anyone? You do? All right. Here we go with the mic.
Thanks. I'm looking for some developed lots, preferably Cobb or Gwinnett. That would be great.
Okay.
Developed lots, like residential lots.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Any specific area?
No, anywhere in Cobb is perfect.
Oh, Cobb.
Like Kennesaw, Ackworth, Marietta, Smyrna.
Okay.
Powder Springs is even fine.
Perfect.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you. So if anybody has any land in the Cobb County area, he's looking to develop. All right, so let's look at the market of the month and let's see what's happening. Can anyone tell me what they see is happening in the markets? Louder, what? Increased listings, for sure. Number of closings are up. That's good. We like to sell the houses.
Lower month of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly lower, not much.
Anything else? Say that again. Mm-hmm. Less days on market. The price, median price is about $430. That's good. I feel like a few weeks ago it was like $420, $425. So that's good. It's going up. Anything else? All right. So it looks like the market is doing really well. Definitely price your properties correctly. Price. Correct. Okay? All right. Let's meet your team, McMichael and Gray. What happened? Oh, I like it. Do you want me to click? You want to click?
I'll click. All right, good morning. How is everybody? Awesome.
Good.
Yay, there's enthusiasm. Well, I'm Tavika, and this is Abigail,
Hi.
and we are with McMichael and Gray. We are in this office every day. If you guys need anything, we're happy to assist, answer questions. That is also all of our information on the screen, our phone numbers, and our email.
Yep.
We're not,
Yep.
what?
There we
Spoiler
are.
alert.
Sorry.
Please.
I got excited.
So today, as you saw, we're going to be talking about seller fraud prevention. So this has been coming up more and more frequently. I know a lot of people have kind of heard about this. I've been getting calls from a lot of agents saying, hey, I just got this offer from a seller. Does this look legit? Is this, should we even move forward or not? So that's a concern. And now, because of the brides and all the fraud that's going on, underwriting actually has new requirements that we're going to be having to instill. So this is kind of just to go over a few of the basics of what to look out for and what you should be expecting in the next coming month or so from the closing attorney side as well. So the most commonly targeted for the seller impersonation fraud is going to be your unoccupied properties, non-owner occupied properties, and then unimproved land. So those are, if any of those three are, if you have any of those, just go ahead and expect the next set. So we are now required to do 2 of the following steps. So there's 7 steps. I'm not going to go over all of them because some of them are just unrealistic and will never happen. So we're going to go over 4 of them, and so just expect these to be coming up. So the first one is, I cannot read that. Wow.
I can.
So the first option is that to determine if a trusted professional, such as an agent, a CPA, or an attorney, personally knows the seller, and we're also going to be required to get detailed information as to how long you've known them, what kind of relationship you have. So if it's just like, oh yeah, I talked to them on the phone, or we've had some correspondence via email, that's not really going to be sufficient to say that you have a relationship with them. And also we're going to have to confirm whether you've actually spoken to them, had a conversation, things like that. The next option is to obtain a copy of the seller's ID prior to the date of closing and have a video call with them. That's way easier to do. That way we can kind of compare the pictures, IDs, make sure they're around the same age, although I'm really bad at ages, so I don't know if that's going to work well for me, but it is an option. And then the next one is to require them to give us 2 forms of ID within a closed time frame. So not just a driver's license, but a second one, because normally we only require a license, but now it's going to be 2. And we're probably going to ask for it within a few days of that request. That way they don't have a lot of time to go and generate any kind of false ID. And then the last one is to require the seller to provide proof that they have paid the real property taxes for at least the past 2 years. And so that one's kind of easy as well if they have, because it's just from their account. They can show bank statements showing that they've actually paid it. So those are the main ones that I think are attainable. And then also a reminder about POAs. We've had so many POAs and mail outs and things like that, so we have to be very cautious with those. So now we're going to be required to verify the principal is live and well, which is something that has been in the past as well, but I think a lot of people have gotten a little bit lax about that, so we're going to have to reinstate that. And then we cannot have a POA and a mail out in the same closing, so it can't be a POA that's also getting mailed the documents anymore. And then also the POAs can never be the agent. Conflict of interest, and most brokerages don't allow for that anyways, so that hasn't been an issue. So yeah, that is
That's
seller
it for you.
fraud.
Okay, wait, hold on. I've got something. I'm gonna stop right there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thanks to everybody who came yesterday. We had a really big turnout for the AI business practices, so thanks for coming. We have another CE that's going to come in June. It's going to be the mid-year contract changes. I don't know the time, but it's going to be June 24th, but we don't know the exact time yet, so that'll come, but June 24th. And we sent it to Stephen, I guess. Okay. All right. So, and then we have a happy hour, growth committee, us and also the Supreme team. They'll probably be talking about it on June 5th, Thursday at Mutation Brewery, 4 to 6.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. We love having you as always. And then next up is Supreme Lending. Good job, Luke. Good job.
Hey, y'all. We're Supreme Lending, Luke, Phil, Kim, and Melissa. First, want to just ask a quick question. Raise your hand if you are an absolute condo expert. You know everything about condos. Perfect. No hands. We have an awesome learning opportunity for y'all tomorrow at our headquarters in Alpharetta. If you need the address or want help registering for that, just meet any one of us right after. We'll make sure that you're equipped. It's tomorrow morning, and we're going to talk all things condo. We're going to have our best underwriter there to help explain and elaborate on some of those specifics for you. Next up, Phil, do you want to give an update on the economy?
Absolutely. So yesterday, the U.S. and China, they reached a new trade deal. So with the tariffs, they've all kind of been reduced on both sides. This caused the U.S. stock market to rally, and in turn, the bond market not to do so hot, which the interest rates are tied to the bond market. So that's kind of why we're seeing a little bit of stagnant rates. I say our national average is sitting at about 6.92 right now. And really the reason why the rates have kind of been flat over the last couple of months is just the uncertainty with the tariffs that are going on, as well as unemployment numbers coming in against our favor, meaning that we do need some of our neighbors to lose their jobs so that rates start coming down for us. Other than that, Jerome Powell did say that the rates right now are restrictive enough and we're not going to see any more rate hikes, and we're just kind of waiting on when they're going to start cutting rates. We're expected 1 to 3 by the end of the year.
Yeah, and good news for that, just to piggyback, we saw inflation data, so CPI, Consumer Price Index, which is a measure of inflation, come out yesterday, and it was at 2.3 year over year. The Fed's goal is 2%. So that trajectory of where we've been, which like 2 years ago was 9%, is in a really good spot. And previously it was 2.4%. So we're continuing to see that come down. Once inflation gets to closer to 2%, which we are seeing, the Fed knows that they can let up a little bit on the gas pedal of tightening money, and they can reduce rates. So we will see most likely rates come down in the future. So that's the expectation there. The only other thing I'll add is if you look to your right, you will see the amazing Supreme Patty Wagon. So that is going to be our food for today. And we've got Gerald cooking up burgers and dogs for y'all.
Best you've ever had. Come on out right after team.
Let's have a party in the parking lot.
Thanks, y'all.
So none of these slides? No. Okay. Powering through the slides of Supreme Lending, sponsoring our lunch today. Okay, so now we have the amazing Corey Wright, who's going to come up from the Right Home team and give us an amazing lesson. Here we go. Corey Wright.
I need a classroom helper.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cool. So today I know we mentioned yesterday in the, I'm going to dive right in, the text that went out that we are going to go through, Value Ask Ask. This is one of my favorite scripts, and those of you who were in the productivity committee meeting last month probably remembers this. So I'm going to move through this one pretty quickly because I also want to get to LTP Mama. Has anybody heard of the Value Ask Ask script? Perfect, and this is going to be so helpful. Okay, Value Ask Ask, a simple yet effective structure for lead generation and lead follow-up call. Who right now is making calls to the database, the people that they know, like, and love, and the people that know, like, and love them? 1, 2, a shy 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So we would probably all agree that we all need to be talking to the people that we know, like, and love in order to be successful in this industry, yes?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool. As long as we're starting at the same spot. Okay, the benefit of the value ask, right? Oftentimes agents can say, hey, you know what? Oftentimes I hear, gosh, you know what? I feel like I'm being too salesy, or I'm afraid to make these calls because I don't want to come across too salesy. I have this idea of what a real estate agent sounds like on the phone. Anybody experienced some of that? This is interactive. Yes? Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. I know what it's like not to sit back and raise my hand. Okay, so the great thing about this model of script is it comes from contribution, right? When you are providing value to someone, it doesn't feel like you're selling them anything. And you shouldn't be selling them anything. You should be having conversations with them to identify their needs. So value ask. It comes from contribution. It enhances your relationship with your team, you and the prospective client, correct? This creates a stronger internal representation with the recipient. Is anybody familiar with NLP? Yeah, okay, so IR is the chunked up version of it is how you view your psychology around lead generation, right? So that may consist of like, gosh, that phone is getting heavy. That phone is heavy. Has anybody experienced a heavy phone that's hard to pick up? Yeah, that phone can be heavy on Tuesdays at like 9:30. It can be heavy on Wednesdays at like 3:30, right? There's all this emotion running through and how heavy that phone can get. Well, by providing value, you are now forging new pathways in your brain to identify how you view lead generation, prospecting, whatever magical word you want to call it, right? So the idea, I don't want to get way off track, but neurons in your brain, right, that have been fired for years, right? You view, when you smell popcorn, you get hungry, right? That's a neuron that's been fired for years. That's a deep river. It's like the Grand Canyon, right? If you want to condition yourself to believe that popcorn is disgusting, which it's not, it's one of my favorite foods, you have to fire your brain to go into different neurons and forge different paths, right? So we have to basically build a dam of that Grand Canyon. So we now still have this, I'm getting way heady. Okay, so it's basically your relationship with the concept of lead generation. I said I was going to plow through this. These are short calls. It should be 4 to 8 minutes long. I hear often that people say, gosh, I don't know what I'm going to say. It's going to be, I'm afraid of being on the call for 30 minutes. It's going to turn into a 20-minute conversation. This shouldn't be taxing on you, and they shouldn't be taxing on the person you're speaking with on the other side of the line. So I am a firm believer in efficiency, the efficiency of your time. An example is like, oh, hey, I don't feel good about calling people. I'd rather meet people face to face. That's wonderful if you have a lot of people, if you want to supplement one of your pillars of lead generation with meeting face to face, right? But if I gave you a week to meet with people face to face, how many people do you think you'd be able to speak with? Versus if you sat down from 10 to 2, 4 days a week, how many people would you be able to speak with on the phone? Okay, when making this call, I advise not to talk about ourselves. For anybody taken Bold in here before? Okay, this may feel a little inconsistent with maybe what we've experienced previously. We're not necessarily going to start the conversation with, hey, Deanna, this is Corey Wright with the Right Home Team. We're the #1 team in real estate, and I'm so magical that the next thing to come out of my mouth, you're going to be so impressed with, right? Please don't talk about how you're #1. I'm a firm believer that you should not. Also, Bold, how many has felt the cringe fest that has happened when you've been saying, okay, everybody in the classroom, I want you to just start making calls to random people, tell them you're a contest, and that you got to win this contest, so you got to book an appointment with me. Anybody experience that? And those who have experienced that, keep your hands up if that felt cringy. Yes, because it is. It's cringy. Nothing makes me feel more uncomfortable than that call. It should be authentic, right? As great marketers, we ask, why would anybody want to hear this? Why is the other person going to pick up the call and find value in what I'm saying? Okay? So we do express our value proposition if or when you hear that it would be valuable for the lead to hear it. Oh my gosh, Stephen, we're having a great conversation, and through this, and you go, wait, you know what, Corey, by the way, can you tell me how many transactions in the last 12 months you've done in Smyrna? Ah, wonderful question, Stephen. Great. Now I'm providing my value proposition and some statistics. Okay, value. What does your database or the segment of your database need to know? What enhances the relationship or the mind share with that database? If you were the recipient on this call, what would make this call worth your time? And better yet, what would make you want to pick up the next time, right? If you call somebody and go, hey, Delicia, it's Corey Wright with the Right Home Team. We're the #1 real estate agency in Metro Atlanta, and we sell homes all day long. You'll never have to look for another house again if you talk with us, because our statistics clearly show, click, right? If Delicia sees me call again, do you think she's going to pick up the phone?
No.
Probably not. So this can be part of a larger campaign or a client appreciation event. For lead follow-up, what would be valuable for someone to hear at this point in the transaction? So, for example, that's someone you're already in a transaction. What is going to be valuable, or you're somewhere along that that transactional pipeline with them? What would be valuable for them to hear? Okay, value. What makes this call valuable for the recipient? A care or relationship call. A client appreciation event, right? Hey, we've got an event happening. We're going to be meeting at the Dr. Scofflaw Brewery, and we'd love to, buy the first 2 rounds on the Right Home Team. Great, we'd love to invite you in, right? Or the care call. Hey, Deanna, it's Corey with the Right Home Team. You know what? Based on our notes, because I'm sitting down and lead generating in front of my computer with my CRM open and I'm taking notes on my calls. Hey, last time we talked, I know that your son was graduating, and I'm just checking in. How was graduation?
It was amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, I've got this client appreciation coming up at Scofflaw Brewery, and we're going to, hand out 2 drink tickets. We're going to have a lender and attorney there to join us that in case you have any home buying questions or questions about the market, anything we can help with, would you be interested in joining?
Yes. Can I bring my son?
Yes, I'd love to see your son, because he's almost 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Right, it's a value. You're providing value in that conversation. A housing neighborhood update. Great news for you. Who's got access to Command? Literally everybody. You got access to Command. Anybody in your database with a home address, you're able to send out market reports, right? That's something of value. Awesome. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to call them and check in on how they are finding the value you're providing. Financial customer, again, hey, I've got this great insurance agent. You know what? They've talked to a lot of clients, and they've been able to save them $200. They're a personal referral of mine. I don't put anybody on my referral list that doesn't deserve it. Would you be interested in a 5-minute conversation with them? That's a reason to reach out. Seminars, workshops. Hey, I've got this first-time homebuyer seminar, home anniversary. Hey, Shannon. I know we bought your home 3 years ago on this day. Can you believe it? I know, right? May 14th. It was such a memorable day. Remember the shots at closing? Yeah, it was awesome. That's how we roll. Anyways, I just wanted to call and congratulate you. I know it's been, 4 years?
3.
3 years. Gosh, time flies. It's
like
amazing.
12.
Okay. Anybody got any other ideas? What are something of value, something quick you could call and provide value to a client? I know I ate them up with A through G. Yeah.
Every week, our closing attorneys give us a piece of information about homeownership. You can use these things that they provide you in calling your database.
I love it.
Value.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great one. Shannon.
So oftentimes when I'm cleaning my windows or having my roof blown up or something, I'll think, oh, this is a good touch that I can say to my client, hey, I've got a good vendor that just did my windows, did a great job. Are you in need for it? And or a roof, any type of vendor.
And that
Yes.
vendor can actually sort of maybe give a discount, and
Well,
you
yes,
could
and
put
if
that
they
in
contact
there.
them, you just say,
Mhm.
you give a discount if I bring in.
Yeah, no, I love a vendor list. Again, right, with the insurance agency, right? These people are vetted, right? These are people I've worked with before: the power cleaner, the handyman, the carpenter, the mason. Anybody else? Yes.
Social media.
Social
If
media.
You see posts from your friends on social media. They went on a great trip.
Mm,
They
yep.
got married. Their kids graduate. Whatever. You can call them up and say, "Hey, I saw this. Congratulations!" Or "Blah, how was the trip? Where'd you go?" Whatever.
Yeah. Yep. I love that.
So,
It's stalking. It's not stalking. It's not stalking. it's you're using the tools and resources at your disposal to build a stronger relationship, right? We are all, most of us, on social media. Most of us are on social media, and when you scroll through and you go, oh, that's cool, like, well, cool, you're
Never
in the
liked.
business of developing relationships. What if that like was even a direct message, right? Oh my gosh, this looks like an amazing trip. I would love to hear about it. Do you have 5 minutes? I'd love to hear about Cancun. Disney World. I'm thinking about Disney World next year. I would love some tips and tricks you learn. Amazing. I love it. Okay. While you are speaking with that person, ask, is this a lead? Don't literally ask, is this a lead? And then you're going to ask if there is a referral. You're not going to ask, hey, Deanna, is there a referral? It's just the value ask. So the first ask, is this a lead? Hey, Deanna, while I've got you on the phone, what questions do you have about the market right now or the value of your home? I know you've been receiving those monthly market reports, so.
So I wanted to sell my house, but I think it should be for like $1 million, not $550.
Oh. You mean the market reports are sending you that the value is $550 and you'd like to sell it for $1 million?
Well, I just feel like it's worth it.
Well, fantastic. Why don't you stay on the phone, because when I'm done with our value ask script, I'm going to roll into our LTP Mama and we're going to continue that conversation. Let's try someone else. Thank you for throwing an objection. Delicia, hey, while I've got you on the phone, what questions might you have about the market or the value of your home?
well, I just want to know, do I have any equity in it?
Oh my gosh, great question. Well, let me pull up, because I'm also sitting at my computer while I'm prospecting. And I am able to pull up this information fairly quickly because I'm sitting at my computer prospecting. And I'm not driving in my car, just deciding to make random calls to prospect. Right? I'm actually sitting down with intention, lead generating. Okay, so that's a great question. Let me just pull up the house here on MLS here, and it looks like you bought your home for $400,000. And yeah, it looks like there's a home right down the street in your neighborhood of blankety blank that sold for $1 million. So you've got some fantastic equity in your home. Have you ever thought about what to do with that equity?
Yeah, possibly buy a new home.
That's great. Oh my gosh, that's great. That's first value, right? And then she's identified, yeah, maybe we'll buy another home. I'm so glad. Okay, so sorry guys. The second ask is, do you have a referral? Delicia, I know you've been getting these market reports, and clearly they're valuable. We just found $600,000 of equity in your home that you have available to you. Hey, do you know anybody else who might find value in these same market reports?
Yeah, you know what? I think my mother would
Your mom?
Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, great. That sounds good. What's the best way to do that? Would you like to put us on a group text, or do you want to just send me your contact information and I'll call her? What works best? What do you think would work best for her?
You know what? I can add her to the call right now.
Yeah, do you want to put us on a conference call, or how would it work best?
Absolutely. I'll add her in.
Oh. Mama Delicia! Your daughter has $600,000 of equity. She's going to buy you a new house. It's amazing. Okay, so we have the value, right? We're calling with whatever value we're providing, right? We're checking in the market reports. We're checking in, hey, do you want to come drink some beers with me? And do you know anybody else who might be interested in coming in and have drinking beers with me at Scofflaw Brewery, right? Wonderful. That is value ask. And of course, the upgrade is who do you know that might be looking to buy, sell? Again, it's just kind of rephrasing that question that we could invite to drink beers with me at Scofflaw Brewery. We're not going to do exercise because I'm going to roll in. Any questions around that? I know I sped through that one, yeah? Did you follow me?
Yes.
Any thoughts coming up? Feelings? Yes. 11:30, right?
There's something that y'all can also do that goes into what Corey just went over. If you tie into what people's children are doing and show up. I went to a softball game for a prospective client, and when I showed up, first she was shocked, and then she told the people, "This is my realtor," and I was like, "Bet." Didn't have to do anything but show up, and now when I see her, I ask how her daughter's doing because she was terrible, and she's doing much better. And they told me she was terrible. That was the crazy thing. I said, "So she's good?" They're like, "Nah." But show up for other people, and they will tell other people about you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Has anybody actually tried this model or tried some variation of this model or finding success? Raise your hand if you are currently constantly on the phone having conversations consistently. Yeah? What do your conversations look like?
A lot of times it's just one of my regular check-ins to see how you're doing, and like you, I have my little notes from the last time that I spoke to them. So if I have been able to connect with them in a remotely recent time, I'll ask about that as well, and kind of go from there.
I love it. Anybody else? Lead generating, prospecting, intentionally in front of their computer, sitting down, setting dedicated time?
Intentionally is not consistent enough, in my opinion. But something that I do that you mentioned is I put my notes in command. So I'll even put the note if I called and they didn't answer, so that when they do answer, I'll say, "I called you such and such. You didn't answer the phone." "Oh, I didn't know that." But I tend to tie into something you did with whatever marketing you're sending out. I tend to start with that to see how they're appreciating it, and then go from there.
That's the easiest conversation. If you are using command in the most basic function, meaning you have a name, email address, phone number, and they're a homeowner, you can send them up, I think bulk send everybody up on a market report to receive kind of a rough estimate of what's going on in their neighborhood and the value of their home. Any CRM, it doesn't have to be just command.
Yes, I will. So I do basically follow this model, but I will say that sometimes I don't even have to ask the first ask, because my people know me so much that they basically ask me how the market is.
Yeah.
Always. And if you find that you're not making your goals and you're not intentionally sitting down, well, then I have a solution for you. Because every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I am sitting in this room from 9:30 to 11 doing Power Hour. So I invite you to join me.
Yep. Yeah, we had one over here.
Not necessarily a question, more so advice.
Yeah.
I picked up a few gems that you put down during your presentation, but for someone who I'm new as a formal agent, But in the past, all my friends just naturally came to me for real estate advice. So I didn't necessarily have to prospect. Everyone that knew me knew that I was just passionate about it and came to me for help or for advice. But that doesn't necessarily translate to those who don't know, and I'm having to go out there and get their partnerships. So for someone who isn't naturally used to prospecting individuals that you may know or may not know, what would be your advice for someone who's having to kind of go outside of their comfort zone to do that?
I love that you are asking things to go outside your comfort zone, because that right there puts you light years ahead of most agents that come into the industry. They will not get out of that comfort zone. Comfort equals death. It just does. Like that comfort zone, if you stay there, I haven't seen a lot of people find success in their comfort zone. So I love that you're asking that question in the first place. I would say putting yourself in front of people in any capacity, having the conversation of who do you know, friends that know, like, love, and support me, that I need to know. I would, your hobbies are what are hobbies? I would ask, what do you enjoy? Great, do you enjoy running? Running club, automatic social group. Do you enjoy drinking beer? Don't go just sit at a bar, but though there has been success in that. But find out what do you enjoy, because ultimately you want to marry the line as close as possible to enjoying what you do. And if what you do is real estate, how do you bring what you enjoy into that? And when you can marry those two concepts and blend it, there's a Japanese word for it. I'm skipping it. Anybody know it? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Nope. All right. There's a Japanese word that basically means you love what you do and you're successful at what you do and you're blessed to do that every day. So if you're able to find success through real estate by also incorporating how you connect with people or things you automatically enjoy, running, lifting, pottery, art, dance, probably a big ballet fan, sports, whatever it is, right? There's a community built around that, right? There's Bills Nation down here, like, it's crazy.
You can literally find any group on Facebook.
Yeah.
All you have to do is, if you like cats, you look up Cats Atlanta Meetup.
And you'll meet
and
all the cat ladies.
You'll get all the cat ladies.
It'll be awesome.
My son loves trains. I looked up trains, Atlanta. I meet with old men all the time. No, just kidding.
Amazing. Does that help? Yeah. Okay. Good. Because when you go to these events, this is going to be a script that you are going to memorize, a model you are going to memorize. Has anybody heard LTP Mama?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Has anybody else heard of LTP Mama? Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, this is interactive. Yeah, cool. So Fergie, her cousin, actually wrote this, and she wrote that LTPMA. No? No? That one
Sing it
didn't
again,
land?
Corey. Sing it again. Do it again.
I'll say it again. This is because good comedians repeat their joke because it wasn't funny the first time. So yeah, Fergie's cousin, who's a real estate agent, she wrote this, and it was like, LTPMA. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, because when I asked my wife this morning in the shower if this was Beyonce who wrote that song.
Wait, you were in the shower? Wait, what?
Sorry, TMI. But the joke was running, and I was like, seriously, this is really going to land at team meeting. And clearly it didn't, so you're but who knows the reference? Yes, at least there's a reference.
Yeah,
I
no, it's
literally had
awesome.
to look up Fergie's glamorous song this morning to make sure I wasn't crazy. So I am hip. Just don't ask her to sing the national anthem. Okay. Simple yet effective way to structure for lead qualification and lead follow-up call. This, I think, is a game changer. If there is any other model, I think Value Ask Ask is a wonderful model to put in your model bank. But the LTP Mama gets just about every piece of information you need. It's so much more than just a lead qualification script. Okay, so let's dive in. L, and you have these sheets in front of you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You've also worked with LTP Mama, yeah? You're like, yeah. L, location, right? Would we all agree that location is a good piece of information to acquire from someone who may have interest in real estate?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. When you're having this conversation, when you're having this structured conversation, it is important to ask, when you can, open-ended questions at all times. What do open-ended questions provide? A big response.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of information. If you are asking the right questions, you are leading the conversation. And if you are asking close-ended questions, so would you like to buy a house? Yes or no, that's close-ended. Oh, did you want to buy in Marietta? Yeah. Okay, close-ended question. Right, we're not getting information. But what specifically has you interested in Marietta? Oh, well, the school districts. I'd really like to be in Pope School District. Oh, now you've got a great piece of information. Well, what's important to you about you being at Pope? Oh, well, you know, I was born in Marietta, and I want my kids to go to Pope and play soccer on the Pope team, and you know, it's really important that because, you know, I also work relatively close by to the school. How much more information is that than, oh, did you want to live in Marietta? Cool, I'll just start you a search in Marietta. Yay, right? We're always looking for the center of that bullseye. So the large outside ring of that bullseye, that's great. You want to live in Marietta? Cool. What's important to you about Marietta? Oh, well, we're interested in schools. Great. What's important to you about the schools in Marietta? Well, we want to be in Pope. Great. What's important to you about Pope? Great. Oh, well, they have a wonderful soccer team. Great. What's important? We're going to listen. Great. Oh my gosh. So your kids are on a soccer team. What position? The goalie. My kid plays soccer. That's the only. I was the assistant coach, and I just realized that's the only position I can rattle off at the top of my head is goalie. Left, defender,
Forward. Who knows
Forward?
soccer?
She's 6, so it's not like I'm coaching high school. Yeah. So they play goalie. Oh my gosh, yeah, I've got a 6-year-old who's in soccer right now. It's crazy. You know, I was at this team meeting the other day, and I was trying to tell people that she played soccer, but I couldn't list a position. It was wild. But Pope soccer team is really important to you, right? That's fantastic. Do you have any other kids? Oh yeah, actually we've got 2 younger kids. Oh, great. So you're having a conversation by asking open-ended questions. Great. What are some areas around Pope that you're interested in? Has anybody got real neighborhoods?
Nope.
Forest? Lost Forest. Great. Yeah, actually, we want to be in Lost Forest. Oh, wonderful. Well, what's important to you about Lost Forest? Oh, well, my kids love swimming during the summer, so they've got great amenities. They've got, a tennis court because I play, in an adult league. Oh my gosh, you play in an adult league. You now just have more information. What is specifically important to you? What do you like about that? You are digging deeper, okay? And that is the basis for, literally, as we go through this, you'll see that theme. Bonus one, what's important to you about where you want to live? Location. And this is a Phil Jones. Just out of curiosity, which neighborhood have caught your eye? Great, Glen Forest. Tell me more. Why is that important to you? Getting more information. Okay, T, timeline. When are you thinking about making a move? Now, I want to back up. I think it is super important to memorize these in sequential order as they are. LTP Mama, And we'll talk about at the end, there may be variations, places for variations where you may want to adjust some of the letters. Timeline questions. When are you thinking about making a move? Let's practice that. Diane, actually, I'm thinking about, go ahead. Diane, when are you thinking about making a move?
Well, probably we would really ideally like to move in June and be settled before school starts.
Oh, well, you gave me it. In June, huh? What's specifically important to you about moving in June?
So that we're settled.
Oh, so that you're settled for school? Cool. I'm not stopping at when are you thinking about making a move. I'm constantly digging deeper, trying constantly to understand the why. What's significant about that time would be a great follow-up question. And another way of saying, hey, what's prompting you to make that move at this time? What would happen? So this is a reverse engineer of the question. And if you start getting into linguistics, this can be useful at certain times. Hey, Diane, what would happen if you aren't able to get in the house in June? What would that mean for you and your family? Okay. So it's really important to you then. Okay. So I bet you'd agree probably you'd say your timeline, if the perfect home came on the market right now that we saw, you'd probably want to move pretty quickly.
Yes.
Great. A lot more information there, right? P, who wants to read? What does P stand for?
Price.
Price. Would you agree that it's important to roughly know the idea of price point? And I am guilty of these words coming out of my mouth. Well, how much are you looking at? Right? Prices can be such a sensitive subject for some people, and we want to honor them where they are in their season of buying or selling. I don't care if it's a $100,000 home. I don't care if it's a $100 million home. I want to honor where it is and treat them everybody with respect, because everybody deserves the opportunity to build wealth through real estate. So, we want to structure that question in such a way. Well, what's the price range of the house you're looking for? Just a nice, approachable question. And if they happen to be calling about a certain house, well, what are your thoughts on the price of this house? You want some feedback, right? You want some feedback. Well, our lender told us we couldn't really afford this one, but I see it's been sitting on the market, so maybe we could make a low offer. Now you have a lot more information. What price range feels comfortable to you? They're going to answer you. And if you can't get it, a great way to do it is, hey, when you've been going online, and I see you've all been going online, when you've been plugging in those numbers, what numbers have you been playing with in Zillow or Realtor or the website I've been sending you monthly for your market reports? M is for?
Motivation.
Motivation. This is what drives them into, I got 5 minutes. Let me roll. All right, so motivation, M, motivation. Okay, motivation question. What makes this the right time to move? They're going to tell you. School starts in June. Great. What's specifically important to you about? Well, we need to be settled because it's going to be really stressful. What would finding the right home do for you and your family? Well, it would relieve the stress. We're outgrowing the 2-bedroom apartment. We have a kid on the way. We've got X, Y, and Z. We would all agree that, right, who feels like they've ever played therapist with clients? Yeah? Who feel like they've ever played counselor? Who feels like they've ever played teacher, right? What do all of these have in common? Would you say that you have a what? Sure. What do you think their primary role is? Educate. Relationship. Would we agree that they all listen? No? If your therapist doesn't listen, I can give you a referral. Sure, sometimes you have to tell more than once. That's because that's just the nature of it. But listening, and the only way to listen is to ask elevated questions to get information from them. You want to connect with them personally and understand the motivation as to why it is that they're doing. Agency. This is important, especially now. Would we all agree that we're not taking buyers out until we have a signed buyer brokerage agreement? Yes? I hope that is the standard of practice, yes, for everyone. Agency. Here's a way to find that out. Great. What houses have you been able to see? Oh, well, we saw this the other day, 123 Main Street the other day. Oh, yeah? Well, how were you able to see them? Oh, this agent met us there. We just, saw it on Zillow, and great. Okay, so you saw it with an agent. Okay, so and this is the only time I think a closed-ended question is justified, is because you want the definitive answer to this question. Are you currently working with an agent under a signed agreement? You need a clear answer. You do not need to be taking anyone out who is currently working with an agent or signed under another agency agreement. This is the caveat for a closed-ended question. Side note, who sat at open house? Yeah. Who's had someone sign in and say they're working with an agent? Who has called them and found out that wasn't exactly true? Yeah. Ask them directly. If you're sitting at an open house and they sign in on Sunday, you call them on Monday, you say, Sam, right? Sam, hey, Corey Wright from 123 Main Street. I know we met at the open house and you mentioned you really like IPAs. And we were rapping about I don't know why I'm stuck on Scofflaw Brewing today. But we were talking about IPAs. I just want to get some feedback on the house. You give me feedback. Hey, Sam, remind me again, even though I see he signed in as is working with an agent. Sam, remind me again, are you working with an agent? Yeah, you are? Say yeah. Yeah, because all you do is meet the Zillow agent that randomly showed up. Well, cool. Are you actually exclusively working with an agent? Say, what does that mean?
I don't think so. What does that mean?
Well, did you ever sign an exclusive buyer brokerage agreement with an agent? Oh, great. Well, that's wonderful, because part of the value we provide is sitting down and providing you with a consultation. And at the end of that consultation, should we choose to work with each other, you're going to be signing a buyer brokerage agreement, which says basically, I work on your behalf and have your best interests at hand. Would that be something, how open-minded would you be to having that conversation? I love it. You got to get the answer. That's super important. We'll roll through. We're almost there. Mortgage. Mortgage question. Will you be financing the home or will you be paying all cash? Again, we want to honor people who are doing both. Okay? What financing options have you already explored? Would it be helpful if I connected you with a trusted lender to walk through the numbers? Yes. Wonderful. Appointment. Yes, the scary part where we all avoid, yeah? Who's gotten a really good response, had a really good conversation with someone and just been afraid to be like, so, it's been a wonderful conversation. I'm so glad I answered all of your questions, and it really sounds like you need help. So, you have an awesome day. Has anybody been there? Anybody experienced that? Yeah, cool, me neither. Cool, you're gonna ask for that appointment. Hey, if we could discuss the situation to help you choose the best option, how interested would you be in having that meeting? Well, gosh, I guess, yeah, if I could do it. Well, hey, Delicia, based on our conversation, what do you think would be the next step? Next step.
I'd like to meet with you. I like coffee, do you?
I love coffee. Well, Delicia, I have 10 o'clock on Tuesday and 3 o'clock on Thursday. Which would work better for you?
Let's do 10 o'clock.
Okay, wonderful. Organic conversation. As I know we're brushing up, but we got 2 minutes left. Are the cookers still warming up? Are the burgers still warming up? They're probably still warming up. Give me 3 more minutes. Okay, organic conversation to the flow. Many times LTP Mama makes more sense to have in an alternative order. An open house may be, hey, Cheryl, thanks for coming to 123 Main Street. I'm the agent holding the open house today. What specifically has you interested in coming to see this house? Oh, it's in the right neighborhood for you. Well, what's specifically important to you about Shallow Oaks?
It's closer to where my husband works.
Oh, amazing. Where does your husband work?
General Mills.
Oh, like the cereal?
Yup. Yes.
I love General Mills. Rice Krispies.
Cheerios.
Honey Nuts. Amazing. So you say it's important to probably be within proximity to, is it just this neighborhood or are you open to other neighborhoods?
I'm open to other neighborhoods.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how open-minded would you be to seeing all the other neighborhoods that are in the proximity you're looking for to General Mills?
That would be fine.
Okay, great. We've got location, right? This is you get a very limited of opportunity to speed date with the people walking in the door at your open house. It is a speed dating conversation. So it may switch from an LTP mama to location, motivation, price, timeline, and you're always going to get the agency. It must be memorized. This script, it's got to be memorized. I'm telling you, as an actor in a former life, if you don't memorize the script, it is going to sound scripty, which usually is where everybody starts. They go, gosh, I don't want to be having this conversation because it feels scripty. It only feels scripty because you haven't put in the time, energy, and commitment into memorizing that script. If you memorize it backwards and forwards, and I was able to say, cool, rattle off LTP Mama. What does it stand for? Arissa, what does LTP Mama stand for? L. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Look
You're
at
able to
that.
wrap it off. Amazing. I also
Yeah.
know Arissa's been like practicing this like 100 calls a day for like 100 days, right? Like you've been nailing it. It's got to be memorized. Okay. And it must be organic. And if you'll allow me. The reason why it's got to be organic is it has to sound like it's coming from you. Again, going back to if it's not memorized and you feel like it's going to sound salesy, it's going to because it's not coming from you, right? Who wants to have a practice conversation with me for 3 minutes? I know we're burger time. Yeah? Okay. We throw over the microphone. We'll do this in 2 minutes.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm geared up.
Do it.
Ring, ring. I'll be the agent.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna show you a quick bad version.
Terrible
Okay?
version.
I'm gonna show you a not so great option.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Am I allowed to hang up?
No.
All right, perfect. Just want to make sure.
On the not so great option. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, Arissa, it's Corey Wright with the Right Home Team here in Atlanta. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, good. Hey, I know we have you set up on a search for your home, and I know that we've been sending you listings. How are you finding those?
I mean, I guess I've just been looking at what you've been sending me.
Oh. Well, what has got you interested in this area?
Well, I mean, I was interested in the area just because, I live already in the area, so I'm looking to kind of stay there.
Oh, when are you thinking about making a move?
I guess I'd be looking to make a move as soon as possible, as I have been looking.
Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, it's okay. You can continue.
Oh, what is the price range of the house you were looking for?
I mean, based off of what you've been sending me, it's been around like the $400,000 price range.
600,000. What makes this now the right time to move?
Well, I think right now is the best time to move because I'm ready, and I would like
What?
to.
Oh, sorry.
No,
What?
you seem excited. You should go.
Oh, it's good because I've been practicing this one. What houses have you been able to see?
Well, I haven't seen any yet.
Oh, will you be financing the home or will you be paying cash?
I haven't decided yet. I have to sell this one to see what happens.
Well, based on our conversation, what do you feel the next step is?
I feel like that you're gonna keep sending me stuff, and hopefully I can
Yes.
see it in person sometime soon.
Okay.
Great.
Have a great day.
Yes. Goodbye.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Deanna, be my guinea pig for a good one, real quick.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Ring, ring. Hey, Deanna. Oh, ring, ring.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good, Deanna. Hey, it's Corey Wright with the Right Home Team here in Atlanta. How you doing?
great.
Hey, I know that we've been sending you those listing alerts, and I know based on our notes last time we talked, you wanted that to be set up in Marietta, Smyrna.
Yes.
What do you think about the listings you've been getting so far?
I love them. There's a few that I'm kind of really interested in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, have you been able to see any of them?
Yes, because you were sending me the information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean you've been able to see them online?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, remind me again, what's important to you about the Smyrna Marietta?
My kids, there's a school there that I like, and they want to go to that school because all their other friends are there. It's like they have a great soccer team or something.
I get it. Yeah, I've got a 6-year-old, and if I pulled her away from her kiddo friends right now, she'd have a hard time. What grade are they in?
They're in 7th grade.
Oh, 7th grade? Amazing. So that's middle school, right?
Yes.
Okay. And just one?
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. And their names?
Bob.
Bob.
And Ed.
Bob and Ed. Oh, those are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful names.
Yeah.
So I know we were talking about, roughly, when were you thinking about making that move to Smyrna Marietta?
Well, I want to get him into school, and I think school starts in August.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe we should move in by at least June, so I have a little bit of time in July to make sure they're ready to go.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, to get settled in before the school year starts?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Probably relieve a lot of stress knowing you're unboxed and nested in the house, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, what's the price range of the house you've been looking at?
Well, I really like those $900,000 homes, but my husband doesn't make that much money, so I guess we're going to go in more of like the 550.
Oh, the
Yeah.
550.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And I know you mentioned that it's super important for your kids to be in by school time, so that's probably what's really driving you to make the move. Have you actually been able to go out and see any of the homes that we've been sending you?
No.
No? Okay. And would I be correct in assuming that you're not working exclusively with an agent right now? You haven't signed a buyer brokerage agreement?
No, although I clicked one of those. I'll be honest, I was on Zillow for a second, and then I clicked, and then someone contacted me to look at the house that I was looking at, but that was the $900,000 house, and yeah. So no other agent, just you.
Well, that makes I'm honored and proud to be your one and only agent. Now, I know we haven't talked about it yet, but will you be financing the home or will you be paying cash?
Yeah, we're going to be financing. We have, I think, an FHA loan.
Are there any other options you've explored?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Well, if we could find a time to discuss with you and your husband on the best options, how interested do you think you both would be in having that conversation to get you into a home before school starts for the kiddos?
That'd be great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Would Tuesday at 2 or Wednesday at 3 work?
Thursday at 4.
Thursday at 4. Let me check. Okay. Yes, Thursday at 4 I can make work.
Oh,
Okay.
wait. Thursday at 2.
All right, let me just check one more time, love. All right, thank you. Yes, Thursday at 2 works. I appreciate
Awesome.
it. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'll check in. I'm sending you the calendar invite now. If I don't hear back from you, I'll check in with you guys again. But otherwise, I'm looking forward to see you Thursday at 2 or 4.
Okay, thanks. Is that email or are you going to text me the invite, the Google? I'm technically challenged
Which
in
do you
all
prefer?
ways. The text.
I will text you and email your husband. How
Okay,
about that?
thank you.
Okay. All right, perfect. Talk to you soon, Deanna. What's the difference between those conversations? Uh-huh. Letting her talk. Was I more interested in her? Yes, the why. Becoming personable. Did it sound salesy? Did it sound aggressive? Did it sound like all the things we're afraid of in our brain telling us that we are a little afraid of?
No, it didn't sound like
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right, cool. Any questions? I know I went over. I appreciate you sticking with me. Were there any questions over top? Yeah? Okay. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. Burgers and brats in the back. Yeah? And then Cheryl and I will be, let's go back to that one. If you guys are interested in having a conversation about what a team model may look like, feel free to scan the QR code. Happy to have that conversation with you and what it looks like to join the Right Home team. Burgers and brats out in the back, and then Cheryl and I will be in here. She'll be having a conversation about net to seller.
Yes, we cannot wait for that.
Net to
Go
seller.
get your burgers. Thanks for coming to team meeting. You're awesome. It's right out there in the parking lot. Get your hamburgers, all the fun things. You can come back in here and eat
Huh?
and then take the class.